Yes, good evening, dear friends. I welcome you all to the second session of UPSC PYQ Matrix run by Aristocrat IAS. In this session, I'll discuss the UPSC 2024 question paper for you. You have already done the 2025 question paper and you have still not watched it. Please go back and watch them and come back to this. This will always be there. So let us start with the UPSC PYQ 2024 question paper. Okay, I hope all of you join live with me for this analysis. First question. As per the Article 368 of the Constitution of India, the Parliament may amend any provision of the Constitution by way of addition, variation, repeal. So as I already told in the previous class to you, any articles which are controversial, example is their article number 368. In the UPSC 2025 also we saw that article 368 के बारे में question दिया हुआ है. So here the first question itself is on article 368, that is the constituent power of the parliament. Parliament क्या क्या amend कर सकता है? What is its constituent power? Can it add to the constitution? Can it make changes in the already written words in the constitution? Can it repeal? That means delete certain words in the constitution. Can it do all these three? Yes. So that is why it's called as an amendment. Any changes that you make in the constitution is called as an amendment. And they make all these three? Yes. It's one of the very simple questions that have actually come here. In this paper, there have been two simple questions, very, very simple questions. We generally don't expect these questions at the UPSC level, but they have asked it. So amendment, changes, any changes that has been brought in. So addition, variation, repeal, yes, all of them are actually allowed. Then the next question, which of the following statements are correct in respect of money bill? So there have been questions on money bill very continuously. Last 5 years, at least 3 questions have come on money bill. Last year also we saw a question on money bill. Money bill, article 109 mentions special procedure in respect of the money bills. So this is where the trick lies here. Now what is a money bill? Any which deals with the money of the central government, generally the consolidated fund of India, which we call as a treasury. Any money related to this is called as a money bill. Anything that is dealing with article 110 of the Constitution of India is basically what is a money bill in particularly. So we have heard about article 110 but not about 109. When you read about 110, you will understand that, okay, these are the certain things which can be called as the subjects under the money bill. But what about the procedure for passage? What about the procedure for introduction? All those things are mentioned in the article 109. This has been one of the very tricky questions that actually came that year 2024. Generally, students read 110 but not 109. So yes, does 109 mention special procedure in respect of money bills? Yes. What is the special procedure? Now, can the money bill be introduced in the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha? No. It has to be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. And do we require prior recommendation of the president? Yes, we do require the prior recommendation of the president. Where can it be introduced? Only in the Lok Sabha. Who can introduce it? It's only the minister. That means to say, if a bill has been introduced by a minister, what do you call that bill? You call that bill as the government bill. That means there are two types of bills here. One is the government bill, other is the private member bill. Now, can money bill be a private member bill? No. Why? Because it has been introduced by a minister. So, it's a government bill. Now, once the minister introduces this bill, what happens? This bill is introduced in the Lok Sabha. Now, once they introduce this bill in the Lok Sabha, it is up to the Lok Sabha to take a call on this. And since the government is bringing that bill, obviously it will get passed. Through what majority? You require a simple majority in the Lok Sabha to get that passed. Now, once they receive simple majority in the Lok Sabha, it goes to the Rajya Sabha. Now, what are the options for the Rajya Sabha with respect to passage of the money bill? Now, Rajya Sabha in general, with respect to any bill, will have 4 options. They can accept that bill. That means they can say that yes, government has passed a good bill, so we are also going to agree to it. Or they can reject the bill, or they can amend the bill, or no action can be taken. In general, with respect to any ordinary bill, these are the 4 options that is there for the Rajya Sabha. But does the Rajya Sabha has all these options with respect to a money bill? Because it's not an ordinary bill, please remember that. Because it's not an ordinary bill, all 4 options are not there. Can they accept? Yes. If they accept, it is like passed by both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and it goes to the President of India. And President of India, if he assents, it becomes an act. Now, generally, does the President of India assent? Yes. Why? Because he has given prior recommendation. Now, does he exercise veto there? Generally, no. Then can the Rajya Sabha reject the bill? No. This option is not available. Rejection of money bill option is not available to the Rajya Sabha. Now, can the Rajya Sabha amend the bill? No. Again, this option is also not available. Sir, if they do not agree to this money bill, can't they make any changes to it? राज्य सभा है भाई, मतलब हाउस ऑफ एल्डर्स, वो भी चेंज नहीं कर सकते क्या? दे कैन मेक सम चेंजेस. वी से दे कैन रेकमेंड चेंजेस. दैट मीन्स वो लोकसभा को बोल सकते हैं कि हाँ भाई ये चेंजेस कर दो आप. मतलब जो थोड़ा थोड़ा जो प्रोविजंस है उसमें वी डू नॉट अग्री टू इट, you please change those things. So they can recommend certain changes to that bill. Now, once they recommend changes, what will happen? It will again come back to the Lok Sabha. और अब लोक सभा को भी 2 ऑप्शन है. क्या ऑप्शन है? Either they can say yes to the changes that has been made. मतलब आप जो recommend कर रहे हो changes, हम changes कर लेंगे. कर लिया तो it goes to the President of India. And if he assents, it becomes act. They may say no also. Matlab, the Lok Sabha does not agree to the changes to be made to that bill as suggested by the Rajya Sabha. No bhi bol sakte. Matlab, there has been a deadlock here. That means Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha has agreed or disagreed on a certain provision in the bill. So, yahan pe deadlock ho jayega. They can take no action. That means in general ordinary bill के लिए 6 months time होता है, यहाँ पे 14 days का time होता है, and for 14 days they are not taken any action. Now, if the Lok Sabha says no, then also the bill is deemed to have been passed. That means what will happen if the Lok Sabha also says no? It still go to the President. मतलब राज्य सभा का कोई विशेष power नहीं. They can either accept it or suggest amendments or stop it for 14 days. Other than that, on the 15th day, what will happen? If the Rajya Sabha is not taking any action on it, it is still going to go to the President. Because it says that deemed to have been passed. Are you able to understand? Deemed to have been passed. Matlab, even if they do not agree to the constituents of the bill, they can't do much about it. So, powers of the Rajya Sabha with respect to money bill is quite limited. I hope all this part is very clear to you. All this are part of your Lakshmikant itself. Lakshmikant को ठीक से पढ़ना है. You can answer almost all the questions in polity that has been given here. A money bill shall not be introduced in the Council of States. So first one, Article 109 mentions special procedure in respect of money bills. Yes, सही है. Money bills shall not be introduced in the Council of State, that is the Rajya Sabha. Yes, सही है, because it can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha can either approve the bill or suggest changes, but cannot reject it. It cannot reject it and it cannot amend it also. So, सही है. Amendments to a money bill suggested by the Rajya Sabha have to be accepted by the Lok Sabha. Is it correct? Money bill, Rajya Sabha ने कुछ suggestion दिया हुआ है. Now, does it have to be accepted by the Lok Sabha? No. Accept करना या ना करना, it's up to them. So, which one is correct then? 1, 2, and 3 are correct. So, what are they asking for? Which of the following are correct? So, which of the following are correct? 1, 2, and 3. Where is the option? Mark कर दीजिए जल्दी, जल्दी जल्दी. C, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Next. The Northeastern Council. Again, we are coming back to zonal councils. So, last question paper may be zonal council pe question. I have solved that. Please remember. Now, I had already told you that we have 6 zonal council. This is the 6th one. The Northeastern Zonal Council was established by the Northeastern Council Act 1971, correct. Subsequent to the amendment of the Northeast Council Act in 2002, the council comprises which of the following members? Governor of the constituent state? Yes. Because when it comes to the other zonal councils, do we have the governor? No. We have only the home minister, we have only the chief minister, and 2 other ministers are there. Do we have the governor? No. But with respect to the Northeast Council, because we have powers given to the governor, because we have autonomous district councils there, we have included the governor also. Chief Minister is there? Yes. Members nominated by the President of India? Yes. Home Minister of India? Yes. He is the ex officio chairman. But there has been certain ambiguity, because certain books say that yes, he is also a member. But on the website of the Zonal Council, that is the Northeast Zonal Council, official Government of India website says that even though he is actually the head of the council, he is the head, he is the chairman of this council, even though he is the head of the council, is not a member. So there has been certain ambiguity related to it. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead with 1, 2, 3. Currently we'll park this Home Minister of India aside. Okay. Then how many delimitation commissions have been constituted by the Government of India till December 2023? So delimitation is in news even now also. So Parliament, we have 543 seats. Now what is the talk that's going on? It might be increased to 816 also. So this news has been going around now. It might be increased to 816 or even more than that also. So likewise, what is delimitation? Changing the boundaries of different constituencies, changing the number of constituencies, etc. is what is delimitation. Now we have given representation for different states in the Lok Sabha on the basis of population. Now, अगर लोक सभा में आप सीट का बंटवारा आप population basis पे कर रहे हैं, so when was the first census? It was in the 1951 census. Independent India का first census था. Now, based on this, do you have to determine the numbers in the Lok Sabha? Yes, that is why we formed a delimitation commission. When was it formed? 1952 में form हुआ, first delimitation commission of India. After that, we have formed delimitation commissions in 1970, 1963, 1973 and 2002. 1962 Act, 72 Act and 2002 Act, 1952 Act, delimitation Act. Delimitation कौन करता है? इलेक्शन कमीशन करता है. Delimitation commission देता है. How many of them have been constituted? 4 of them have been constituted. Now, do we probably have to constitute a delimitation commission now? Yes. 2027 का जो जनगणति हो रहा है, जो सेंसस हो रहा है, इसके रिपोर्ट आने के बाद शायद delimitation हो जाएगा. One more the implementation is up and coming. And since it was in news in 2024 itself, they've come up with the question. So how many of them were there? 4 of them were there. Very simple questions here. Okay. Then next question, the Constitution. 71st Constitution Amendment Act. What does the 71st Constitution Amendment Act say? It amends the 8th schedule to the Constitution to include which of the following languages? कौन सा language इसमें include हुआ है? That is the whole point here. Yes, very good to see a lot of people active on the comments. Online class, Zoom meeting link. Yes, it will be shared to you, Aishwarya. Okay, ordinary bill 107, 108. Very good, Ria. Wonderful to see a lot of people being active in the comment section. The Constitution, 71st Constitution Amendment Act 1992 amends the 8th schedule of the Constitution to include which of the following languages? So what is there in the 8th schedule? 8th schedule has what is called as your official languages. भारत का जो अधिकृत भाषा है, अधिकृत भाषा, we have 22 in number. So all these 22 languages have been listed under the 8th schedule. And we have been adding a lot of it through the Constitution Amendment Acts. So in the 71st Constitution Amendment Act 1992, so how many did we actually add there? In the 71st Constitutional Amendment Act 1992. Did we add Konkani? Did we add Manipuri? Did we add Nepali? Did we add Maithili? Yes, please. Online students. How many did we add? What all did we add? We added Konkani, we added Manipuri, we added Nepali, definitely. Did we add Maithili? Maithili को add किया ना किया? ना किया. It was actually added through the 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act in and around I think 2003-2004 में add किया हुआ है. So we added Maithili, we added Santali, we added Dogri. So different languages have been added into the Constitution through the 92nd Constitutional Amendment Act. I think Santali, Dogri, Maithili and Bodo we add kiya. So we added 4 languages there. So we added 3 languages here. Konkani, Manipuri, Nepali ko add kiya. So through the which amendment? 91st Constitutional Amendment. This is 71st. This is 92nd Constitutional Amendment. And select the correct code given below. It is 1, 2, 3. You guys are understanding it, right? So this 2024 paper has been much easier compared to the 2025 paper. Which of the following statements are correct about the Constitution of India? The powers of the municipalities are given in Part 9A. They are very specific. They are asking about different parts of the Constitution here. Again, one evergreen question. Generally, parts के बारे में, articles के बारे में, schedules के बारे में आपको पता होनी चाहिए. So you need to know about the different parts, schedules of the articles of the Constitution, at least the important ones. So एक बार आप लिख लो the different articles and the parts at one place. Keep it and ratta maro. If you know the logical way of remembering it, please do remember. I can tell that in my normal classes. अगर नहीं हो रहा है तो रट्टा मारो, ठीक है? So emergency powers are given in the Part 18 of the Constitution. Yes. Powers of municipalities, Part 9A. 73rd Constitution Amendment Act 1992. Emergency provisions are given in Part 18. Yes. Article 352 to Article 360 of the Constitution. Provisions related to amendment of the Constitution are given in the Part 20. Yes. Article number 368. Again Article 368. Remember, 3 बार आया अभी. Within the last 1 hour, I am talking about Article 368 the 3rd time. Please remember Article 368, very important for polity. Very important for your UPSC preparation. Even local PCS exams भी अभी 368 पे क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा है, ठीक है? So provisions related to amendment of the constitution are in the part 20. Yes. So which of the following statements are correct, right? They're asking about correct statement. So which of the following are correct? All the three here are correct. We have the option, yes. D, 1, 2, 3. So wonderful. Yes. Yes, yes, correct. Then let us go to the next question. Which one of the following statements is correct? They're asking for correct statement as per the Constitution of India. Now, this is one of the very trick questions that have been asked in the 2024 prelims. Generally, 1 to 2 tricky questions have been asked. लोग बोलते हैं यूपीएससी का पेपर बहुत टफ है, यूपीएससी बहुत ही सारे ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन पूछता है. तो पॉलिटी में इन जनरल इफ यू ऑब्जर्व द लास्ट 8 to 10 year क्वेश्चन पेपर्स, एक या दो ट्रिकी क्वेश्चंस आ रहा है. One of the tricky question is here. One more tricky question I showed you in the last class. Interstate trade and commerce is a state subject under the state list. So interstate and trade and commerce kahan pe? Article 301 to Article 307 of the Constitution. It's a state subject under the state list. Is it correct? So when it comes to the 7th schedule, जो 7वें अनुसूची है, 7वें अनुसूची में स्टेट लिस्ट है, कंकरेंट लिस्ट है, यूनियन लिस्ट है. जो 7वें अनुसूची में ये स्टेट लिस्ट में आता है क्या? सो इंटरस्टेट ट्रेड एंड कॉमर्स इज डेफिनेटली नॉट इन द स्टेट लिस्ट. इट हैज टू बी डेफिनेटली इन द यूनियन लिस्ट. सो यू नीड टू नो ऑल द आइटम्स that are there in the state, union and concurrent. Not everyone, at least not everything, but at least some important things. Now, interstate migration is a state subject under the state list. हो सकता है, at least let us give that option a benefit of doubt. Interstate migration एक स्टेट से एक और स्टेट से माइग्रेशन होना उसी स्टेट सब्जेक्ट में आता है क्या? That is the whole point. Let us park it aside. Interstate quarantine is a union subject under the union list. So quarantine के बारे में क्यों आ रहा है? Because health again is under the state list, no doubt. But कोई बीमार होके क्वारंटीन हो रहा है and it's an interstate quarantine. Somebody from Hyderabad has come to Bangalore and that guy has been quarantined. Now is it according to the rules of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana or Karnataka? So interstate quarantine is a union subject under the union list. Definitely correct. अगर interstate quarantine है, so it is not just health, it is the health of the country. So definitely it's going to be under the union list. ये तो सही है. ये let us sit on the benefit of doubt. Corporation tax is a state subject under the state list. Corporation tax state subject है क्या? So between the center-state financial relations, we have the subject of corporation tax. Corporation tax कौन लगाता है? It is definitely the government of India. So in which list it should be? It should be in the union list. So some statements we can say that they are definitely wrong. Some states we can say that, some statements we can say that they are definitely right. So definitely गलत कौन सा है? डेफिनेटली गलत कौन सा है? ए है. डेफिनेटली राइट कौन सा है? सी है. बी डाउटफुल में, एंड देयर कैन बी ओनली वन आंसर हियर. सो व्हेन इट इज a 50-50 सिचुएशन, whatever is definitely right according to you, gut feeling होता है ना भाई, so go according to your gut feeling. So interstate quarantine is a union subject under the union list. Chances of it going right is too high. So I'll go with C, not with B. Interstate migration definitely union list mein. It is not in the state list. So let us give it the benefit of doubt, because I need to solve this as a person solving it in the examination hall. I cannot solve this as if, I'm sitting outside in a AC hall आराम से अभी कर रहा हूँ. ऐसे solve नहीं करने का ना. I need to get into your mind. So what do you feel in the examination hall? What did you feel in the examination hall? That's more important. Okay. So C is the answer here. Next question. And which of the following articles of the Constitution of India has the Supreme Court of India placed the right to privacy? So right to privacy has been made a fundamental right. Again, very, very easy question. Definitely not expected at the UPSC level, but UPSC keeps surprising us. And this time it has surprised us with some easy questions. हाँ, मैं easy question भी दे सकता हूँ. All the question that is given by me need not be tough. This is the statement being made by UPSC when we see such questions. It is very tough to believe. I could not give my eyes when I actually saw the question. They could have given some, Justice Puttaswamy case, उसमें क्या हुआ, आधार केस में क्या हुआ, right to privacy क्या है, उसका intricacies क्या है, nothing. They are just telling that no, यहाँ पे right to privacy कि कौन सी article में आता है. It comes under the right to life and personal liberty. So according to the which case? Justice Puttaswamy case, the right to privacy of a person is part of right to life and liberty. This was a case in 2017. 2017 case. ठीक है? One of the very, very easy question. I hope online में जो लोग हैं आंसर किया है. To please us in between the tricky question. Yes, Riya, you are absolutely right. It's like a break that we take in the examination hall. ठीक है? इतना टफ क्वेश्चन जो पूछ लिया, दिमाग फ्राई हो गया, थोड़ा तो रिलैक्स होना है ना, तो रिलैक्स होने के लिए थोड़ा क्वेश्चन दिया हुआ है. I think that is the nature of this question basically. Okay. Then, which of the following statements about the ethics committee in the Lok Sabha is correct? So, parliamentary committees, another hot area. Parliamentary privileges, another hot area. Parliamentary committees के बारे में पूछ लिया. Initially, it was an ad hoc committee. Only a member of the Lok Sabha can complain relating to unethical conduct of a member of the Lok Sabha. This committee cannot take up any matter which is sub judice. Select the following ones. So parliamentary committee के बारे में, and the committee that is given here is ethics committee. So when we talk about parliamentary committee, there are two types of committees, right? One, we call them as ad hoc committees or temporary committees. Other are the permanent committees. बोलते हैं. So ad hoc committees and permanent committees. Now, ethics committee, when was it constituted? I think it was constituted in around 2000. I think, 2001 itself. And initially it was supposed to be an ad hoc committee. It was an ad hoc committee. Now, was it converted into permanent committee? Now, yes, it has been converted into permanent committee now. I think around 2015, it has been converted into permanent committee. So, this statement has been correct. Only a member of the Lok Sabha can make a complaint related to unethical conduct of a member of the Lok Sabha. If the Lok Sabha member is not acting in good faith, if there are objections related to how that person has been behaving or his conduct, then we can complain about that person to the Lok Sabha. अगर आपको ठीक नहीं लगा, तो आप complaint कर सकते हैं क्या? That is the whole point here. You see one Lok Sabha member, you feel that person is acting like shit in the Lok Sabha. Now, can you complain to the ethics committee saying that that person is full of bluff, is lying? So, can you complain? Yes, you can. But your complaint has to be forwarded by a Lok Sabha member only. You need to have one signature of one Lok Sabha member to actually forward that complaint to the speaker. And this Lok Sabha member needs to do one affidavit. in your name, saying that whatever the contents of this complaint have been true to the best of my knowledge. So with that affidavit and the Lok Sabha member's signature, you can actually complain to the ethics committee. So the second statement, only a member of the Lok Sabha can complain, that is making it too narrow. So definitely in the examination hall, we might definitely not know this. I'm thinking out of the examination hall, so I'm thinking very clearly. But how do you actually draw conclusion there? Now, whenever we have a certain complaints box, you cannot say that only these people can complain. Say for example, अगर local constituency है, local constituency में complaints box रख लिया, तो who can actually put complaints there? We cannot say that only the group D employees can put complaints there. Only the females can put complaints there. Only the transgender person can put complaints there. ऐसा नहीं कर सकते हैं ना, discrimination हो जाएगा. So generally when there is a complaint box that has been kept there, generally anybody who has a complaint, let them complain. So definitely only आ जाएगा. And I had told you already that अगर only आ रहे हैं, तो what do we have? We have trust issues. Only, none, all of them, none of the above. Those words, we have trust issues with them. So ISCO don't take it on the surface. Whenever we have trust issues, we flag them. So here, statement wrong है, ठीक है? This committee cannot take up any matter which is sub judice. Sub judice का मतलब क्या है? It is under the consideration of the court. So if any matter is under the consideration of the court, generally no parliamentary committee can take it up. It is a general word. When you read parliamentary committee, you will understand it. So this committee cannot take up any matter which is sub judice. ठीक है. So 1 and 2, 3 are correct here. So what are they asking for? They are asking for correct. So 1 and 3 are correct here. Do we have the option? Yes, C, correct option. Are you guys getting it? Are you guys getting it? Yes. Okay. Next. A writ of prohibition is an order issued by the Supreme Court or High Courts too. So whenever we are going ahead with the writ of prohibition, so writs are coming under the article number 32. Again, very famous area. Just to please people, they make questions, some questions easy. This is also under article 32, another easy question. So what is writ of prohibition? So we have the writ of mandamus. We have the writ of prohibition. We have the writ of certiorari. We have the writ of quo warranto. And we have the writ of mandamus. अभी किसके बारे में क्वेश्चन है? Prohibition के बारे में क्वेश्चन. So what is, sorry, not mandamus, habeas corpus. So किसके बारे में क्वेश्चन है? अभी mandamus के बारे में क्वेश्चन है. Sorry, prohibition के बारे में क्वेश्चन. So prohibition, certiorari are very similar to each other. It is a instruction issued by the Supreme Court or the High Court to a lower court. So पहले ऑप्शन में क्या है? A government officer prohibiting him from taking a particular action. This is what is called as mandamus. So ऑप्शन ए होगा? नहीं, ये गलत होगा. B, Parliament Legislative Assembly to pass a law on prohibition. नहीं, prohibition क्या है? Basically no drinks, no alcohol. That is basically what is called as prohibition. Prohibition के बारे में can the Supreme Court and High Court give direction to the State Legislative Assembly or the Parliament to ban all the alcohol in the country? हो सकता है क्या? नहीं. Excise duty के ऊपर जो duty लग रहा है, states are making a lot of money out of it. Why would they go for prohibition? So is that related to it? No, obviously no. You think about it, it is common sense. The lower court prohibiting continuation of proceedings in a case. This is correct. It is to the lower court. This is the keyword here. The government prohibiting it from following an unconstitutional policy. No. So what is the answer? C. It is a very, very simple question, straightforward question. Just a laddu hai. Kalo. Next question. Consider the following statement. It is the governor of the state who recognizes and declares any community of India of that state as a scheduled tribe. Again, obsession of UPSC with the post of the governor continues. Itna obsession hai. Governor is like, UPSC's girlfriend. Any paper that you take last 10 years, we have a governor there. Governor to hona hi chahiye. So we have governor all the time. And governor makes his presence felt at least 1 or 2 times also in one single paper. So it is the governor of the state who recognizes and declares any community of that state very particularly as a scheduled tribe. So whom do we call as a scheduled tribe is written under Article 342 of the Constitution. कौन है हमारे देश में ST scheduled tribe community? Scheduled tribe community are those people who are declared as ST under the Article 342. So is it the governor of the state who is doing it? No, it is the President of India. A community declared as a scheduled tribe in a state need not be so in another state. Is it correct? अगर एक स्टेट में आपको ST स्टेटस दे दिया तो are you going to become an ST in another state also? Please, those people who are watching. अगर आपको कर्नाटका में ST डिक्लेयर कर दिया, so do you automatically qualify to be called as an ST in Andhra Pradesh also? No. The ST status is particular to that state only. You cannot be called as a scheduled tribe in the other state because see, socio-economic, culture, everything changes from state to state. One tribe might not be called as a tribe in another state. There have been instances where those people are called as OBCs in another state. एक स्टेट में वो OBC में आते हैं, एक स्टेट में ST में आते हैं, एक स्टेट में SC में आता है. This has been in the controversy. This is exactly what was in news. That is why this question has been raised. So Article 342 was in news in 2020. So a community declared as a scheduled tribe in a state need not be so in other state. That is correct. First one, is it correct? No. किसके पास है power? President के पास है. So statement which of the following are correct is required. So which one is correct? 2 is correct. B. Are you able to understand? Are you able to decode the question completely? Some things are based on your knowledge. Some things are based on current affairs. Some things are based on common sense. Some things are just think about the probability and go ahead with it. Okay. Next question. With reference to the union budget, consider the following statements. The Union Finance Minister, on behalf of the Prime Minister, lays the annual financial statement before both the houses of the Parliament. Is it true? Yes. Article 112 of the Constitution says that the President has to make sure that annual financial statements is presented in the Parliament. Who presents the statement? It is the Union Finance Minister on behalf of the government. That is the Prime Minister. So is it a correct statement? Yes. At the union level, no demand for grant can be made except on the recommendation of the President of India. So what is a demand? Demand is basically demand for money. The demand for grant which is coming from the ministry. Ministry को पैसा चाहिए. अगर ministry को पैसा चाहिए, किसको पूछते? Finance ministry को पूछते. कैसे पूछते? There is a formal procedure, right? That is what is called as demand for grant. अगर आपको पैसा चाहिए MG नरेगा को इंप्लीमेंट करने का, अभी VP ग्राम जी हो गया, VP ग्राम जी इंप्लीमेंटेशन करना है, आपको पैसा चाहिए, क्या करोगे आप? You raise a demand for grant to the finance minister saying that हमें 25,000 करोड़ चाहिए, ज्यादा ही मांग ले. We need 50,000 crore to implement VP Gramji. So that is basically what is a demand for grant. Now, if the demand for grant is accepted by the Lok Sabha, then a demand actually becomes a grant. That means you can draw money from the Consolidated Fund of India. U का मतलब है executive, जो कार्यांग है. The executive can draw money from the Consolidated Fund of India only after the permission has been given by the Lok Sabha. The Consolidated Fund of India is under the Parliament, not under the executive. So Consolidated Fund of India में आपको पैसा लेना है, so you need to pass a bill in the Parliament. That is basically your money and financial bills. So at the union level, demand for grant अभी रखना है आपको. कहाँ पे रखेंगे? सिर्फ लोकसभा में रख सकते. When you want to make a demand for grant, it can be made except on the recommendation of the President of India. So the President of India का recommendation चाहिए? Yes. Prior recommendation चाहिए. So is it a correct statement? Yes. How many of the statements are true? Both are true. See both 1 and 2. Are you guys able to understand? Both houses ना sir? Yes, both houses. Both the houses में आपको pass करना पड़ेगा. But prerogative for introduction of demand for grant is only with respect to Lok Sabha and not both the houses, not the Rajya Sabha. With reference to Speaker of the Lok Sabha, consider the following statements. While any resolution for the removal of the Speaker, again another constitutional authority, अगर आपको स्पीकर रिमूव करना है, स्पीकर ऑफ द लोकसभा is under consideration, he or she shall not preside. Yes, correct. अगर आपके ऊपर ही कार्रवाई चल रहा है, आप कैसे जज बन पाओ? Violation of principles of natural justice. So if there is a motion for removal moved against you, definitely you cannot preside. So who presides, sir? We have his deputy, right? We have the deputy speaker. So deputy speaker will act as a speaker at that point of time. तब speaker क्या कर रहा होगा? Speaker will act as a normal member of the house. Are you able to understand? So speaker or deputy speaker का role reversal हो रहा है when there is a removal motion against that speaker. ठीक है? So he shall not preside. That is a correct statement. Who presides? Deputy speaker will preside. He or she shall not have the right to speak. Again, that is also violation of principles of natural justice. अगर आपके बारे में कुछ आरोप लगा हुआ है, तो we need to give you a certain right to defend yourself. Right to defend yourself is a part of principles of natural justice which needs to be followed in all circumstances. अगर बात करने के लिए अनुमति नहीं दे रहा है, so that is violation of principles of natural justice. So that cannot be right. That is why I told you certain principles need to be kept in mind. Whether you know this or not know this, it doesn't really matter. अगर आपको पता है कि principles of natural justice क्या है, नैसर्गिक न्याय प्रक्रिया, so he shall not have the right to speak. This cannot be true. He or she shall not be entitled to vote on the resolution in the first instance. Is it correct? Generally speaking, speaker has no right to vote on the resolution in the first instance. Correct. Adare, when there is a movement, there is a motion for removal of the speaker itself, he acts like a normal member. That means, can he vote in the first instance? Yes. Generally, no, because he has something called as casting vote. Now, does he have a casting vote now? No. He can vote in the first instance itself. Now, he will obviously vote against himself, right? When you are removing that person, how are you removing? You need to pass a resolution with effective majority. Did it come in the last video? Yes. Effective majority से speaker remove कर सकते हैं. 14 days notice भेज देना है. Same thing I have covered in the last class. So, again, very related questions. That is why I tell you, please go through the PYQs. Why are we doing PYQ matrix now? Because we have 2026 prelims coming up. Now, I can be very sure that if you do from 2015 to 2025, the question papers, you will end up with some 40 to 50 themes. If there are 15 questions coming in 2026, I can say with sure that 10 to 12 questions will be from those themes only. So you need to be very, 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 very diligent, very, very careful, very, very planned. If you don't know how to do it, please come to us. We'll try to help you out. Okay. He or she shall not be entitled to vote on the resolution in the first instance. Shall not be. He is entitled to vote there. So is it a right statement? No, it's a wrong statement. So what are they asked? Which of the following statements are correct? So how many of them are correct here? First one is correct. So A, one only. Are you able to understand this? So this is your question number 13. So a lot of questions have been given in this 2024 paper. With reference to the Indian Parliament, consider the following statements. A bill pending in the Lok Sabha passed lapses on a dissolution. So again, another very famous question. The status of different bills. The status of different bills with respect to dissolution. Okay. So if there is a dissolution of the Lok Sabha, I told you 5 years is the time period for the Lok Sabha. If it gets dissolved, what will happen to the bill that is pending? A bill pending in the Lok Sabha lapses on a dissolution. Yes, it has been taken for consideration, but dissolution of Lok Sabha has happened. You need to reintroduce it again. So first one is correct. A bill passed by the Lok Sabha and pending in the Rajya Sabha lapses on the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. Bill has been passed by Lok Sabha, but it has gone into consideration of the Rajya Sabha. But in the meanwhile, Lok Sabha has dissolved. Now, what will happen to that bill? Yes, the bill becomes lapsed. Again, there is a new Lok Sabha, you need to reintroduce it again. A bill in regard to which the President of India notified his or her intention to summon the houses to joint sitting. Now, why there is a joint sitting? Article 108. What does Article 108 say? In case of a disagreement between the two houses, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, regarding a certain provisions of the bill, we can go for a joint sitting. And there has been a disagreement and the President has summoned for joint sitting. Now, will the bill lapse there? No. The bill does not lapse. So what are they given? On the joint sitting, lapses on the dissolution of the Lok Sabha. No, wrong statement. So which of the following statements given above are correct? So 1 and 2 are correct here. Do we have the option? Yes. B, 1 and 2. We have the option. Okay. So there is a deadlock between both the houses of the parliament. Yes, correct, Shadow, correct. So when we have a deadlock, we summon a joint sitting. Next, with reference to Parliament of India, consider the following. Prorogation of a house by the President of India does not require the advice of the Council of Ministers. Now, can the President of India prorogue the house? We say that President is part of the Parliament. Why do we say that? Because he does certain duty. What does he do? He summons the house. That means calling the house into session. He prorogues the house. That means he will end the session. We have 3 sessions. Budget session, monsoon session, winter session. Uska start karna, end karna, President ka responsibility. Prorogues the house, summons the house, he dissolves the house. So, prorogation of the house by the President of India does not require advice of the Council of Ministers. Again, coming back to discretionary powers of the President of India. This has always been a hot area. In 2025 paper also I showed you, discretion powers of the President, discretion powers of the Governor are very, very important. Here, I had told you very clearly, there are 2 types of discretionary powers, constitutional discretionary powers and situation discretionary powers. Now, is it a discretionary power of the President to prorogue or summon or dissolve? No. It has to be done only on the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. So does not require, nahi, faltu hai. It is a wrong statement. Prorogation of a house is generally done after the house is adjourned sine die. Adjourned sine die means they say we will meet again, but they have not fixed the timing. That is basically adjourned sine die. But there is a no bar to the President of India prorogation of a house that is in session. That means to say that in general, whenever the President has to prorogue the house, the Speaker will adjourn the house sine die. Is it correct? Yes. The Speaker will adjourn the house sine die. After that, the President will go for the prorogation. But is it compulsory to do it? That is the whole point. Is it compulsory to do it? No. अगर कोई सेशन चल रहा है, can the President prorogue that house right away without waiting for the Speaker to actually go for a sine die? Yes, he can do it if the Council of Ministers advise so. Do they advise so? Definitely no. Okay. So prorogation of house is generally done after the house is adjourned sine die, but there is no bar to the President of India proroguing a house in that session. That is a right statement. Dissolution of the Lok Sabha is done by the President of India who, save in exceptional circumstances, does so on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Dissolution of the Lok Sabha, कौन करता है? Yes, it is done by the President who, save in exceptional circumstances, does so on the advice of the Council of Ministers. Does he? Yes. It is basically the advice of the Prime Minister. Advice of the Council of Ministers? Yes. So, is the statement correct here? Yes. Only in certain exceptional circumstances. That means to say that the government has lost majority. Now, it has been reduced to a minority government. Now, does the minority government advice be binding on the President? No. At that point of time, he can exercise his discretion. That is the situational discretion of the President of India. That is exactly what they are trying to say. Okay, if you have read the whole chapter, you will get to know this. So, which of the following statements are correct? So, basically, 1 is not correct, 2 and 3 are correct. Do we have the option? Yes. We have the option C, 2 and 3. Are you guys getting it? All of you? Those people who are watching live, please be active. Next, consider the following pair, state and description. Arunachal Pradesh capital is named after a fort and the state has 2 national parks. Yes, they have combined history, geography, environment and polity into one question. Arunachal Pradesh के capital क्या है? Itanagar. Itanagar, is it named after a fort? Yes, the fort is called as Ita, the fort of bricks. And the state has 2 national parks? Yes, Namdapa and Mauling. So statement 1, is it correct? Yes, it is correct. Statement 2, Nagaland, the state came into existence on the basis of a constitutional amendment act. So did it come to existence on the basis of a constitutional amendment act? Please tell me. Or before itself? Please tell me. Is it based on a constitutional amendment act? So Nagaland, is it formed in 1963? Yes. Was it based on a constitutional amendment act? Yes, 1962 में constitutional amendment act आया. I think around 13th constitutional amendment act होगा. 1963 में constitutional amendment act हुआ. Nagaland became part of India and it became a state in India. So second statement भी सही है. Tripura के बारे में, it was initially a Part C state. Yes. It became a centrally administered territory, that means a UT, with the reorganization of states in 1956. Correct hai? That's a correct one. This is also correct. And see, there are 3 statements inside this. And later attained the status of a full-fledged state. That is also correct. So C is also correct. So which of the following pairs are correctly matched? So correctly matched कौन सा है? Only 1, only 2, all the 3, none. So these options have always been a trouble for People writing UPSC only 1, only 2, only 3, none of the above, all of the above. So this time, that is 2024 and 2025, they have not played with these options in polity at least. So we are safe. So polity still remains one of the highest scoring subjects in UPSC. So अगर 15 questions आ रहे हैं, तो you can get 13 to 14 right. This hit rate definitely or probably is not there in any other subject. That is why you need to take this seriously, and still it is based on static itself. Most of the questions have been from static. You have observed that in the questions. So अगर लक्ष्मीकांत ठीक से पढ़ रहे हो, if you are thorough with your current affairs, then this can be attempted very, very easily. Okay, so all the above here are correct. Okay, yeah, we are done with the 2024 question paper. So if you have liked the class, please hit the like button. ज़्यादा कंजूसी मत करना. Please hit the like button. Please share it with your friends also if they require it. अगर कोई seriously aspirant बंदा prepare कर रहा है, he wants a PYQ analysis class. I have made 2 videos here. 2025 का किया है, 2024 का किया है. अगर आप लोगों का cooperation है, demand है, तो I can do the PYQs of other years also. 2023 का, 22 का, 21 का भी कर सकता हूँ, if you wish, because currently it is always the wish of the students. Okay, so see you again in the next video. Thank you.